Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research, because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. All right, good evening again, family. How yous all going? I hope everyone's really, really well, because the world's not well. If you're having a look around, guys, and seeing what's going on, man, we got some. We're going to get a cut done for for the next couple of news shows, guys. On just on some stuff that's going on, because it's not only America, guys. It's going on all around the world. It is chaos out there. There is mayhem everywhere. We got fires in Wyoming. We got floods in the Philippines. The parts of Manila I've actually been to, where it's barges going down rivers and taking out bridges, and there is so much going on out there, guys. It is getting really, really hectic. Now, Robert Dushay has put out a warning to us that this storm coming through is so big. I haven't tracked it. I haven't looked at it. But apparently, it's we're supposed to cop a little bit. So I would believe that we are going to see some stuff as well, guys, all right, because it seems to be going in lockstep around the world, and they are really in panic mode having a go. Because why? Because they were waking them up. Now, some of these videos that are on TikTok, guys, if you can get them to your family, I'm telling you, I can't try, but you may be able to, all right, because I tell you, if they can see what the government is doing and start questioning what's going on in the States, I think, you can't deny some of the stuff that's coming out. I'll just quieten this phone, guys. Yeah, you cannot deny some of the stuff that's coming out. All right, it is just unbelievable what they're doing. Bosnia as well. Yeah, other places as well. China's had floods. It is crazy, Rosie. It is. It's an all-out assault, guys. Now, I've got something we'll probably put on tomorrow night, but all the locations around the world where they got the HARP, that we believe they use to manipulate this stuff, and you can see where they're all situated. It's you got some really insane data coming out from people out there now, guys, and we got FEMA taking, like, a mate of mine on Spaces. Some of you will know him, William. All right, William was down there, got his ATV and his trailer and his supplies and everything taken off him. Right, he was down there to help out. All right. So we actually know people personally, guys, that the FEMA guys have just taken their gear off them. they're taking food donations and that, and they had some people track them. All right. And where did it go back to? They're feeding the illegals. They're giving it to the refugees, guys. I told you, they drop refugees in there. Anyway, we discussed that last night. It is just crazy, but I am blown out, all right? Absolutely blown out by what is going on over there. But I'm told that the American people are starting to see it, and that's a good thing, guys. All right, Queensland, sorry, but I should have warned you on Friday night about daylight savings because I know that, you's only been bananas up there and you probably wouldn't have worked it out for yourself, but glad to see you's all in on Rumble now. Whoever was from Queensland and everywhere else, back in tonight at the right time. I'm not even going to tell you what time you should be in because I might get it wrong. But anyway, you've worked it out. Right, I did hear just on one of Cafe Locked Out's clips because I was having a bit of a laugh at Michael doing something today, but yeah, apparently there's some crazy censorship coming out through Victoria, guys. So I'll try and get onto that, and we'll probably have a look at that tomorrow night. But yeah, apparently Mick put out Wade had got onto him with something, and yeah, it is just absolutely ridiculous. It's like laws to stop us talking, obviously. So anyway, let's see what's coming. But yeah, let's get Cazz in. And all right, I've got to cut. Hang on, you come in if you want, Cazz, but I got a couple of things up here, guys. Let me just run through these because Okay, so, 2 Aussie states there saying brace for pretty heavy warnings and weather and that. So that's interesting. The government hasn't told us about it, but apparently Australia detects the first case, Cazz, of the highly transmissible COVID-19 strain dubbed XEC. Looks like a power tool. Anyway, that's what we've got coming, guys. There's a new poll out that's showing that the government is to blame. The Australians are blaming the government for high living costs. Well, why wouldn't we? Here again, we've just got stuff coming out, guys. The dangerous petroleum-based chemicals found in some foods. We're getting so much more on this mainstream now. Just about the cost of living and, the way they're poisonous and what's going on out there. Hey, TikTok influencer Taylor Ruscio Gregg, all right, pretty big, found dead, age 25. Now, again, guys,
it says unexpectedly, died unexpectedly. We need to stop saying it's
unexpectedly and suddenly, Cazz, it said. Yeah, you're dead right, mate. Exactly what it is. Yep. Oh, it's going on. Now, they're calling again for us baby boomers, and I think I'm in that, aren't I, because of my age. Right, that we've got to end the housing crisis. It's our fault again that there's no houses. Like, me and Mel moved onto a boat for you. Like, seriously, have a go. Anyway, that's about anyway. Another car company in crisis, guys. 800 employees, right? This is Volkswagen. Okay, so again, they are just breaking down the system. Okay, they're breaking it down the way that they want to. Another, supermarket chains in London, but closing down in the centre of town.
Cazz has got it up.
You got it up,
no, this is it. Yeah.
Let me come back to the screen. I'll come back. Okay, I can see what's going on now. Right.
Now they want you to rent out your spare rooms. So if you're an older person and you've got a house and you've got a spare rooms, they want you to rent them out. So.
What, to illegal immigrants?
I would say so.
I would say so too.
Let's just take a guess and say that's a possibility. They might be among the contenders.
Mate, it's unreal, isn't it? Yeah, they've caused it all. And here they are, guys. They're giving us all the reasons on why it's our fault and we should fix it. So you baby boomers out there, I don't know. I think all you baby boomers out there that are probably semi-retired like me ought to really join this fight and get some numbers on the ground at our governors' places, somewhere where we can gather up, guys, and work out a good plan, right, to actually make a noise and stop these idiots because it's getting crazy. Yes, Cazz.
And we covered the other day, I think I've still got it loaded somewhere, about the pensions as well here. So Australia will be left without a pension payments. Prime Minister tells us what awaits after pension reform. That's a very broad spectrum of word, but what it means is getting rid of them.
Well, why would you need a pension? You're going to eat bugs, mate. Living in a 15-minute city, you're not going to need a pension, folks. All right. You'll be able to pedal your tricycle down the road, because that's how old we'll be by the time we get into 15-minute cities. I'm going to have a tricycle so I can't fall off it. And, you'll be able to go so far until they run the battery out on your tricycle because you went past the boundary marker. But anyway, apart from all that, you'll be eating bugs and you won't need money. So don't worry about your pension.
Well, it's almost worthwhile finding out where the 15-minute cities are going to be and just planning for disaster and trying to preempt it or ward it off by taking the local council to court and arguing, we don't want this to be a 15-minute city because everywhere there's a 15-minute city, there is a disaster. It's a bad omen.
Oh, it's a bad omen, yeah. Just a disaster by chance, eh? Or a disaster by design, guys. I'd say the latter. Just my opinion only. Just what I've learned over the last little wee bit of my life, where I've been more educated than I've ever been in my whole life in 4 or 5 years. Wow.
Now, this person's asking, do you have a spare room on your boat? I don't know if I can explain it, but it's kind of like you crawl into it and then you flip around. And that's where you do everything. So and you can't get on there because I'll be on there.
You can walk through a doorway, all right? So, you don't have to crawl in here. But anyway, there's no room for anyone else. Me and Mel are quite happy here, thank you. Love yous all, but boot off in a nice way, okay? Welcome to visit. Come out, I'll buy you coffee. Although not many people let me buy a coffee, actually. Everyone wants to buy the coffee. But one day I'll get someone that lets me buy the coffee down here.
Well, Pepsi holds it.
And, Pepsi's good now. He used to sleep up on the bed, but he's got his own little ritual now, Pepsi. Mel goes to bed and I go to bed a bit later. He goes down and makes sure she's all right. He's very funny, actually. Very, very protective of Mel. He's a funny little
We've got heaps of news. We missed this one on the weekend, but this is an 11-year-old girl, and she's just gorgeous. Have a listen to this.
I hope this is informed. Yes. Absolutely. Come up. We've got a beautiful young lady, and this is why we're here. You just want to say a few words? Okay, be my guest.
Listen to this, guys.
Thank you for everyone for doing this for me and for my little cousins over there. And this isn't right for our education. And at my school, we're learning this class called SEL, Social Emotional Learning. But I think there is another side to it, Sexual Educational Learning. And people who are transgender are just missing a sense of belonging, and they don't have love and affection like we do.
Isn't that gorgeous?
So Craig Cole is on tonight at 8:30 with Beck, guys. All right, and I've been told that he's not happy. He's going to be letting loose, so that's probably going to be a good interview to watch later, guys, at 8:30. All right, so Beck will be able to sit back and put her feet up and just let him rip, wind him up and let him go. Anyway,
all right. We have a lot of news that is basically from around the world. So I'll just touch on a few things in around Australia. Sorry, guys, I know that you like Australian news, but there's just so much happening in the States at the moment. All right, so you've got this new chair agency, the head of AMC has made a submission to the Senate committee about why the misinformation and disinformation bill should be passed. You've got these people here, the executive remuneration of the chair of general management of the ACMA, which form part of the misinformation and disinformation board in Australia, currently have a combined annual income of over $2 million. Incredible. Just incredible amounts of money there.
Yeah.
You've got Ben Fordham has basically talked about the experts are saying no to Labor's misinformation bill, and they are warning that people could go to jail. Yes, that is the goal. The communications minister will be able to order hearings into misinformation. If people refuse to appear, then they could end up behind bars. That's exactly what they want. You've also got Guterres, head of the Secretary General of the United Nations, and he's basically saying that digital platforms are being misused. And so he believes that we should that we need to introduce disinformation and misinformation laws. They need to have censorship, so you've got a whole heap of these things going on.
We're unbelievably bad people, aren't we, Caz? Unbelievably
exactly.
bad.
Exactly. And you've also got this one. Ben Fordham's been covering how the dollars are being wasted. One university study in Sydney was handed $3.8 million in the aims to communicate the urgency of climate change through music. So
Hey?
is this going to be another ray gun moment? Like, you kind of
3.8
got to
million
ask these
bucks.
questions.
3.8 million bucks. Imagine how many different little things they got out there for 3.8 million bucks, guys. Like,
that's it.
you know.
All right. And before we get into the news on what's going on with Milton,
Invite him, Franco. Invite him, mate. I can't, but you can.
Don't forget the 1,000-day epic days at the GGs. This is on November the 2nd and 3rd, and so that's
massive
coming up in
effort,
a couple of
man.
weeks' times.
That is a massive effort, guys. 1,000 days, man.
1,000 days. So, guys, there's camping available at Epic, not at Black Mountain, but at Epic. You can actually book it. So you can have an Epic 2.0, but I better not say that because then I might get censored and not be able to do it at all. So.
Anyway, yeah, that is a massive, massive effort, guys. 1,000 days, you know, like, wow. Everyone should be down there.
All right, let's have a look at what's going on in the USA.
In the interview with the Los Angeles Times on April 21st, you said that you told the Associated Press that the American government has created weather tampering techniques so that the New World Order will be able to starve millions of Americans and to control the rest. Would you explain what you were trying to say?
Well, what I was trying to say is exactly what I said. There is weather control techniques. We have a complete package on that, which I did not bring, but I certainly will see to it that it is brought in for the record. Number one, the entire patents on the equipment. Number two, Senator Claiborne Pell's complete statement and story of his own that not only does it exist, that we even utilize it as far back as the Vietnam War.
We're at the airport today. Yesterday, they ran like 30-something planes, a bunch of trips up to Western North Carolina, Asheville, you know, that whole area, wherever they can land and drop off supplies. And FEMA has flown in like 10 or more helicopters and blocked a runway here at Greenville downtown. Completely took over, or almost took over the operation, just because they're doing some good here. FEMA's going to come here and try to stop it.
We plan to execute between 70 and 80,000. We plan to evacuate between 70 and 80,000 people.
They're trying to trick us. Trying to get the hell out of Florida. They all got the pumps on, but they got fuel. They just don't want you to know it.
Something was going on last night. I don't know what happened, but I just didn't end up doing it. So I had to call CarMax. They had to come over here, get a tow guy, jump my car, and I got to take it to CarMax to get the battery replaced. Come to find out, my car isn't the only one doing this. They say roadside assistance is going off the hook right now because a lot of people's cars is breaking down right now. The insurance companies is blowing up and going crazy. Something is happening. And I asked her, I said, well, is it because of the storm? She said, yes. Something about the storm is causing cars to break down. They are piled up right now at CarMax.
Oh, yeah, Charles.
At it again. Listen to this. Hurricane Milton reaches Category 5 strength on approach to Florida, y'all. These are messages from somebody in Florida trying to leave. Bro, you have to leave. Roads and bridges are closed. Bro, they got to usher y'all out. FEMA has closed the waterways. Laugh out loud. What? This is news. There is an evacuation order. Yeah, headed to Port St. Joe, but now FEMA has closed the roads. Bro, post about this. It's a dangerous situation. This is definitely a weird situation. Make a post on Facebook sharing this information. They have removed the local law enforcement. What? I did. Share the details. Well, that didn't last long. It has been deleted. Look, they...
All right, so in case you missed any of that, you've got a situation where the gas stations, Americans call a petrol station a gas station, saying that they've got no petrol. You've got cars in areas that have not started, that are refusing to start. You've also got FEMA basically taking not only the supplies that are meant for the survivors up at North Carolina, but you've got FEMA blocking off roads and waterways, funneling people in so that they can't escape. So, and they've actually stood down the local law enforcement. You also have Senate evidence of the weather manipulation. Now, for people that don't understand, they have international treaties on weather warfare. It's public knowledge, okay? So a country is not allowed to do it. So it's got to be the country within itself. They're doing it to themselves.
Okay.
No, Dave,
you know what they've brought in? You know what they've brought in on the centres up there? What they've done today? The clips I've sent it over. It will be in a list there somewhere, Caz. It's cool. They've got helicopters, right? Now, the guys zoomed in and got pictures of them, right? Yeah, blowing all the stuff away, Caz.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got that.
Unbelievable, guys. Now, these guys, right, they zoomed in, not on this film, but they had zoomed in on them, and they were wearing masks, right, in unmarked helicopters. Have a look what they're doing to the donations, guys. Look at this, a donation setup.
Yeah, they're blowing them away. So I don't know whether I've got that clip, actually. I might have that full clip. Let me just go and have
So they were coming down and doing a sideways hit like that, right, and their rotors, and they were just blowing all the stuff, you know, and just stuffing it all up, man, just blowing it out, gazebos going, everything going, bits of food going everywhere, just to mess it all up, you know, and unmarked helicopters. They're trying to track them and work out who they are and where they come from, but the pilots were masked up. You know, how insane.
You've also got people are taking to Facebook, to TikTok, and they're doing these kinds of rants.
Ever step foot in these Appalachian Mountains and hiked them, we need you here. We need foot. We need people on foot. If you have ever hiked the Rocky Mountains, get here. We need you. We need people experiencing hiking. There's only a few ways to these people. It is through foot, horseback, or helicopter. Dirt bikes, ATVs, side-by-sides. If you have them and can get to East Tennessee or Western North Carolina, we need you. Do not listen to the news when they tell you that they don't want you, they don't need you. I'm telling you, I am here. I live here. I have been already. I'm telling you, we need you. We want you here. The hell with what FEMA says. The hell with what American Red Cross says.
All right, so you've got
and
that.
And they got more coming.
And this rant is probably one of the most heart-wrenching. Trigger warning, there's a few F-bombs in here, but it's really bad.
Don't understand that they've been stood down because of fucking Israel and all this other bullshit while Americans are dead. We're in the same goddamn state. The National Guard wasn't even activated till Sunday. Our state fucking government and our federal fucking government are nowhere to be found for Scots, Irish, Anglo-Americans on the fucking mountains, okay? Our fucking military is too goddamn busy being deployed to a fucking war zone that isn't between us. That has nothing to fucking do with us. The Tennessee State Guard was deployed 2 days before the hurricane hit. Our entire fucking military, they're not allowing anyone out on leave. No one can take leave to go find their dead kids. But they're being stood up to go to goddamn Israel. So
all right, so no one's allowed to take leave.
Yep. This is a whole bundle, all right, of crap going down in lockstep around the world, guys. And what if they can take? You imagine how many people they can take out down there in Tampa and that, and wreck this whole place. Okay, they've already done it in North Carolina. They've done it in other places around the world. We're seeing it happen everywhere, right? And they are making a big shot now to fear the world into compliance. Okay, this is what can happen as we wake up. That all this stuff's designed, and people wake up. That's where they're going to try and use the fear up factor. This is what we can do to you, folks, if you don't conform. All right? This is how far this fight's going, guys. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sorry, Caz, I had to get that little rant in.
Yeah, no, and they're not stopping there because we've had the Alexa prophecies. And guess what? Alexa's basically prophesied something else.
Yep.
Tell me about the earthquake on October 8th, 2024.
From muckrack.com. The earthquake struck at around 7:28 a.m. and was felt across Thousand Oaks, Calabasas, and the Los Angeles area, with the epicenter closest to the Malibu Fault.
That's tomorrow.
So
They're going
we
into
shall
their
wait
eighth
and
now.
yeah, we shall wait and see.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But you've also got like the stuff that's going on is just incredible. You've got the misinformation has surged. This is from CBS, okay? As if anyone listens to them, misinformation has surged following Hurricane Helene. Here's a fact check. So it's like.
Yeah.
Like as if anyone would actually listen to what they have to say at all, considering they get everything wrong just about all of the time. You've also got this. This is bad, actually. This is really bad. So you've got Hong Kong crashes as China's stimulus frenzy ends with a bang. Now this doesn't look like much on this chart, but it is. The stocks are basically down between 27 to 20%. It is bad. And
okay,
on top of
interesting.
on top of that, the BRICS have actually, Russia, who leads the BRICS have been storing gold for years. And now Russia, who is a member of the BRICS, has basically said that they've switched and they're going to go silver now. So they're stacking silver, which means that it's putting the artificial suppression of silver, price of silver, as outlined by several
beat them at their own
economists.
game, Cazz. Beat them at their own game, mate.
That's it. So they're going to start. So that's going to, because what they've been doing is they've been shorting silver in the paper supplies, and then they've been buying up a lot of silver. Okay, so basically this is going to drive the silver price right up. So also the article says so. Interesting.
Yeah, very, very. There's manipulation going on everywhere, guys, and most of it is being countered by our guys, as I believe it. You know what I mean? But these guys just look where they are now. They're coming. Everything around the world is just coming to a big head, guys. Some of the floods around the world is like we've never seen before. It's catastrophic. When have we ever seen barges just getting ripped off their moorings or released off their moorings? I wonder which one.
That's it. All right, I'll cut this together. This is from Cliff High's interview with
Gladio.
So this is Cliff High's long interview. I've just taken a few snippets of it with Nino.
Don't think it's a party, okay? So I think it's pretty negative. I get confirmation on my stuff by watching people that are psychic, that have proven records as like remote viewers or psychic intuitives or whatever, right? And all over the internet, no matter what language, Iranian, Russian, Estonian, Albanian, all of the psychics are picking something up, all right? And my buddy, Dick Allgaier, and I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow and we're gonna do a video on this. He and his remote viewing group are also picking up something way big. I'm saying that this is between 3 and 13 times as emotive as 9/11.
Holy shit. And bigger than Lahaina?
Banks failing. I don't think we're talking about digital anything. I think we're talking about a physical attack, and I believe it'll probably be directed energy weapons because of the efficiency of that attack. Okay, so, and other things that make me think of Cheyenne Mountain.
Shit.
Denver Airport, and one other place I'm not going to go into. Okay, so let's just assume that I'm correct about this, that it's going to be one of these mountainous places. So I'm thinking that this attack that's going to take place is planned right now for central US. But they're going to blame it on a natural event. But it's not going to be climate change. It's going to be a meteor. The fact that university's doctors are freaking out to the point where they're not going to do it means it's just the first in a whole series of dominoes. Pretty soon, all these hospitals are saying, fuck, no, I'm not going to do that. Now, okay, so some of this, I don't think that this actually had anything to do with Washington State University, but I got contacted by a guy that said that some of the he was a doctor, and I won't say anything at all about him, but some of the doctors he interacted with had heard somebody, I think on the Wu circuit, talking about the future retribution against these guys. And so they were getting paranoid about their own patients coming back later to off them.
Yes, we've talked about that. Because hello, that's going to be an obvious response. That's going to be the most obvious response. Any doctor that's administering this shit, you better know there's going to be one person at least that's going to want.
Yep.
All right, very interesting interview. So I hope I followed through with all the highlights that he said. But basically, in a nutshell, there's going to be an attack in what looks like Central. He thinks they're going to try and blame it on climate change. He's named a couple of places, but also, again, he is reiterating what the other futures technologies say, and that is massive retribution coming for the doctors who are engaged in the trans movement, in the transitioning of people, because they're doing it to
and the
teenagers.
COVID vaccines. Once we start on them and flip them, guys, we're flipping a lot of them. Okay, it's just not one. They're everyone that's complicit in this crap. You know, I had a word to the one of the head nurses out there at Mum's place today, and I just told her, I told the receptionist when I left, just remember, all right, this is medical apartheid you're putting on me, and there will be damages. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't do this. This is, go and do some research. All right. Remember the Nuremberg Code after the war. They just don't want to know about it. As I said, the only thing that did make this lady, when she come out and saw us, right? Because, anyway, something went on there today. I won't go into that. But anyway, we were visiting Mum. And anyway, this lady come out and saw me and Mel, and she told us, no indirect terms, that's or very direct terms actually, that we need to stay out of the ward, and Mel need to stay out of there too now, because she's just been busted by a little Hitler, a little womble. Had to actually ran to the nurse's station to dob Mel in for heading into Mum's room. But anyway, the point is, guys, when I mentioned the word remdesivir to her, she was getting up anyway. But I tell you, she's absolutely no reaction. Went stone cold. You know what I mean? On me mentioning what I know what you were doing with remdesivir, mate. Boom, and just that's when she left. They know. Yeah, Mum's going okay, guys. She's all right. It's just a hard gig, but anyway, a hard gig for anyone. I hope I hope none of you people out there and are gonna put your parents into a home. That's what I'm saying to you. I hope everyone will fight as hard as I have to try and keep their parents out of a home. All right, and keep it done between the family. But sometimes, with the way that the deep state's organised it, guys, and made this work, there is no harmony in the families to actually get that sort of stuff done. Anyway, that was their design, guys. What we got to do is endure, and I'm telling you, I've been telling you about this enduring and overcoming. All right, and we're coming into that time where, mark my words, you're going to see what I'm talking about. All right, I know we live here in Australia. We're very lucky, but man, we got some stuff to endure. Keep your elders at home. Exactly.
All right. So on the back of that, you've also got
Good on you, Victoria.
identifying the gender transition stuff as an ideology cult.
Making millions of dollars doing surgeries. For a double mastectomy, they're going to get $10,000 a pop. They can do a few of those per day. And it's not just kids getting these. Obviously, the numbers are way higher with 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds, too, who are also still very vulnerable. I don't care if the clock suddenly ticks over to the next day and now you're 18, but you've got autism and you've had abuse and you've had trauma and you've been sexually abused. Doctors swore an oath to first do no harm. They're not order takers sitting in the window of a McDonald's where someone comes through and says, I'd like a double mastectomy, please. They're there to look into the underlying factors and do medicine. But they treat this like order takers and profit. This, for all practical purposes, is a cult that has swept through the entire Western world, where these people believe we have a gender identity.
Yep. Money, money, money. Better be doing the right thing with your mum, bro. Many are watching. Yeah. And look, the staff's, you can't fault the staff in there. Some of them anyway, it's the hierarchy, guys. All right. It's the whole system. Okay. And that's what this thing was saying to me today. I shouldn't call her a thing, but anyway, this nurse that thought she had a heap of authority and knowledge, but it didn't go far. The conversation only lasted about a minute because I kept hitting her with more information, and they just don't like it, guys.
I need a Joe Biden mask.
But anyway, that's the way it is. We just got to keep telling them, guys, they're going to wake up soon. And they are going to wake up soon. And then retribution starts, doesn't it?
It does. It's coming. Look, all of the futures technologies all say the same thing, basically. You know, like our little trolls. I feel sorry. I actually feel sorry for them because the futures technologies, like people change their names. People who are related to them change their names. Okay, in the future because they want no association with them. They're spoken about in terms of Hitler. You know, and these people are basically like that's just one lot. They're like the amount of hatred that and vitriol towards these people that have done nothing while this kind of stuff went on is just it's overwhelming, and it's on all. It's on the remote viewers, it's web bots, it's all of them saying the same thing. So anyway, look, you've got
Yep.
Ali Carter now. Ali Carter has been speaking for 3 or 4 years about the abuse, and she's turned out to be correct. She was the first one that I can recall that named Diddy. And anyway, she's saying, she's answering the question. She said, "You want to know why they hate Trump? Listen to this."
They hate Trump. No one. Everybody just knows that everybody else does. It's a trend. Does anybody know that he's the only man doing something about human trafficking survivors? No president has ever touched it before. Does anybody know that he's provided more jobs for the black community than any president in history? Does anybody know that I don't give a shit, and it doesn't matter about anybody's tax-paying money, but do you know that he's actually brought up bodies, children that have been rescued? I've been posting in my story every day. Do you think that I would have posted something if I didn't know what I was talking about? I don't just run my mouth. That's why people want to kill me.
Yep.
She's named everybody. And she said the only person why does she try in a previous interview, she said, why do I trust Trump? She said, he's the only one that didn't abuse me. So, you know, she named Joe Biden. She named the Obamas. She named Jay-Z.
Yeah, thanks very much, Skylar. We do our best in there. Actually, you know why we have got to do, and I'm not ashamed to say it, guys. You know why? Because me and Cazz don't take the recognition. You know why we've got a great show in here? Because you want to know who the real producer is? It's the man upstairs, mate. It ain't really got a lot to do with me and Cazz, man. Like, yeah, Cazz cuts stuff. We get clips together and, you know, this, that, and the other. And obviously it's a lot of work. But, yeah, we don't take credit for having a pretty decent news show, actually. Yeah, I know who I give the credit to. But, yeah, we're yeah, it irritates their demons, all right. But I can see that, Valerie. It's incredible, mate. You know, people just, you know, they just don't like it. You know what I mean? And look, it's all the old people in the home and that. You know what irritates the nurses so much? They were warned of me, all right, and Mel when Mum was like hijacked and put in there, all right. And then we turn up, and guess what? All the old people love us. They all talk to us. They all got a big smile on their face. We talk to all them. They love Pepsi. And I'll tell you, it irritates the hell out of them. All right. But then, you know, a lot of them have turned and they've realized that me and Mel are really nice people. You know what I mean? We do have different opinions. And if you want to voice them, guess what? You're going to get into a bit of a debate because I'm not going to back down from you. But all in all, everyone in there loves us, guys. And that's a real, you know, thorn in their side. Why? Because they've got the vendetta that me and Mel are bad people, yet the environment out there shows you in that nursing home a totally different story. A totally different story. Get on with everyone like a house on fire. And that's the problem with us, guys. Right? We carry a higher energy. Yeah, mine was a little bit low last week. Okay, cool, you know. But, yeah, we carry a higher energy and they hate it. And as you say, when they know that you're talking with the Spirit of the Lord, their demons shudder, man. And they do. They shudder. I've seen it. I'm seeing it. Now in these situations I'm in, the demons tremble, man. They don't like you. So keep it up, guys. We're doing very well.
All right. You've got an unusual situation here. So Elon Musk drops names as billionaires who are terrified about Trump releasing the list. So what he's gone on to say is that what's going on, he says, is that that's why everybody hates him because he's going to drop all of the names of the who was on the Epstein Island list, which is very fascinating. I found it fascinating that it's going to come through Elon.
It's a movie with more twists and turns than a river that, you know, between friggin' Burma and Thailand that flows to the ocean, mate. It's like incredible.
And this is one of the biggest twists and turns. Look at this. China officially declares George Soros as a global terrorist and he's the son of Satan.
Yeah, and there's two sides to China too, guys, all right? You're watching a lot of stuff in there, but again, you know, every country's got two forces working in it, good against evil. There's representatives for both sides, guys. All right, this is, as you know, lockstep worldwide, and it's on. It's game on.
That's it. All right, Dave, we're at 40. We're going to be taken out by Culture, Cafe Locked Out. It's We Carry the Song Mix 1-1. So if you want to wrap up, I'll bring it in.
Cool. Yeah, well,
guys, before we wrap up, again, 1,000 Days, Epic Days,
Yeah.
November 2nd and 3rd. That is a couple of weeks away. Make sure you book the Epic campsite. I will be there. I don't know if Dave's coming, but I will be there.
Oh, I'm not giving anything away yet. Anyway, we will, 1,000 days, guys. It's amazing effort. Absolutely amazing, you guys down there. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, back tonight at 8:30, guys. All right, go over and watch. Craig Cole. He's gonna let rip, and I don't blame him. You know, Coley needs more publicity and more people at his events, and the people of Australia need to wake up to the story the message that he's trying to bring. It's not a story; it's a story on their side. The story of pornography and friggin' child abuse. All right, and Craig's out there doing a great job against it, guys. So yeah, be the lighthouse guru. Exactly. All right, we all are the lighthouses, guys. All right, we know it. All right, just lift the energy, right, because the heat's coming on. All right, they're going to try and bring the darkness on, guys, and they are going to wipe out a lot of people in America. I'm serious. You know, this is big. This is very, very big. What's going to happen over there down in Tampa? So, you know what's going on. Keep them in your prayers and just pray that we don't go through the same thing over here, guys, because they don't care, right? They want us, demoralized as well. And you've seen how far they're willing to do it in the States, how far they're willing to go. Why? Because they're losing the narrative. Hillary said it the other day. Now, if they don't get control of the internet, guess what? They lose control. Well, as I said the other night, good night, Hillary. You already lost, bitch. Good night, people.
Remembering, then we start to see what life truly means. Mother Earth at your feet, feel her as she breathes. You're remembering. Everything comes alive. Look into flowers' eyes. They don't just bloom, they giggle. The tree hugs you in return. The stars help us to learn that we are all God's children, and that we carry the song together. Ancient melodies with all nations' harmonies. All the verses have been written as they watch from above while we write the chorus, because we carry the song together. All in God's plan while we learn our part. This is a celebration for all God's creations. This is his masterpiece. And the song begins to play. Together